Hello everyone, my name is Ling Wu. But for today, before we learn into about anything advanced in math, we are going to be learning about a really basic concept that is super important in math, which is called ratios. So what are ratios? First, let's come to the definition. Ratios are basically the way to represent the difference or like the number of one subject to another subject. So I think it's going to be a little bit hard for you guys to understand it by the definition, but it will be really easy when we look at the examples. So let's look at them. So first is the number. Now look up into this page. You could see there are 2 donuts and 3 pizzas here. Forgive me for the bad drawing. So now, how could we represent the numbers of donuts to the numbers of pizza by ratios? So it's really simple. First, let's count. We have 1, 2, 2 donuts. So let me draw down. We have 2 donuts. And 1, 2, 3, 3 pizza. So it's like this. So that are our 2 main subjects. So now if we want to represent the number of donuts to pizza, we would look at this number based on here. We have 2, 2, 3. Number of donuts is 2. Number of pizza is 3. So if we want to find out the number of donuts to the number of pizza, we will have 2, 2, 3. So the number 2 to number 3. So that is one thing. Also, we could represent it in another way, which is through the symbol of this. So this is like the 2 dots. So this is also another way to represent ratios. So if we want to present the ratios of donuts to pizza, and we have 2 to 3. One other way that we could do this is by 2 to 3. So we could draw it in a fraction, or we could draw it like this. And all of them are the ways to represent the ratio of the number of donuts to the number of pizza. And all these 4 ways are read as 2 to 3. So that is one way. Now, what about the ratios of pizza to the number of donuts? Well, as given, we have 3 pizzas and 2 donuts. So we could have 3, 2, 2. Or we could have 2, number of pizza first, so we have 3, 2, 2. That's also another way. One other way is by fractions, which is 3 on top of 2. 3 halves. Or we could draw it like this. And all of these ways are read as 3, 2, 2. So that is really simple for ratios, right? Let's come to another example that we have. So up on here is another examples for the number of books and flowers. So now first let's count them. We have 1, 2, 3, 3 books. Let me write that down. Okay, 3 books. And 1, 2, 3, 4 flowers. So that is our main 2 subjects. Now, how to find the number of flowers to the number of books? Well, we will put flowers before books, because here you guys can see flowers before book. So we have 4, 2, 3. Or we could write it as 4, 2, 3. Or as a fraction like 4 on top of 3, or 4 third. And all of these ways are read as 4, 2, 3. Okay, now one other thing, the number of books to the number of flowers. So now you can see the books before the flowers, so we will put the 3 before the 4. So we would have some ways to write it as 3, 2, 4. 3, 2, 4. We could write it as a fraction form. like this. And all of these ways to represent the ratio of the number of books to the number of flowers is read as 3, 2, 4. Okay, so that is actually pretty basic, right? So today we have learned about ratios. Ratio is basically the way to represent the number of one subject to another subject. So thank you so much for listening to my video today, and goodbye. See you in the next video.